Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Statutory Council meeting. My name is James Collins, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Cardinia Shire Council. Section 25 of the Local Government Act 2020 states that the election of the Mayor must be chaired by the Chief Executive Officer. Section 3.67.5 of the Governance Rules states that the Chief Executive Officer must facilitate the election of the Mayor in accordance with the provisions of the Act. Once the Mayor has been elected, they will assume the position of Chair. Reflection. We will commence the meeting with the following reflection. I would ask that those gathered to join us now for a moment of silence as we reflect on our roles in this chamber. Please use this opportunity for reflection, prayer or thought to focus on our shared intention to work respectively together for the well-being of our whole community. Two, acknowledgements. The Cardinia Shire Council respectfully acknowledges that we are on the traditional land of the Bunurong and Wurundjeri people and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Item 3, apologies. There are no apologies for tonight's meeting. Item 4, declarations of interest. Councillors, are there any declarations of interest? No. 5, ordinary business. So 5.1, determination of the period of office for Mayor and Deputy Mayor. The first item of business in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020, Section 26(3), is for Council to determine the term of our office for the Mayor and Deputy Mayor as being for 1 year or 2-year term. The recommendation being put forward is that Council determine the term of the office for the Mayor and Deputy Mayor as being for 1 year. Do I have a councillor to move this motion? Yes, Councillor Kowaczyk. Do I have someone to second that motion? Yes, Councillor Pomeroy.
Yeah, I'm happy to move the officer's recommendation of 1-year appointments.
Thank you, Councillor. Do any councillors wish to speak to this motion? No. We'll now put the motion to a vote. All those in favour? All those against? I declare it's been carried. 5.2, the election of the Mayor. We'll now move into the election of the Mayor. I will now call for nominations for the Mayor and ask for a mover and seconder for each nomination. Is there a nomination for Mayor? Councillor Nicol?
I would like to nominate Councillor Ross.
Councillor Ross, do you accept this nomination?
Yes, thank you, CEO.
Is there anyone who wishes to second the nomination? Yes. Cool. Councillor Pomeroy. Are there any other nominations for Mayor? Councillor Pomeroy.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Sam Potter.
Councillor Potter, do you accept this nomination?
Thank you. Yes, I do.
Do we have any do I have a seconder? Councillor Kowaczyk. Thank you. Do I have any other nominations for the Mayor? Councillor Owen.
Thank you, CEO. I nominate myself.
Thank you, Councillor Owen. Do I have, I'm assuming you've, yes, do I have a seconder? Yes, Councillor Payton. Do I have any more nominations? No. So what I will ask now is for each nominee to speak and they have 3 minutes. So, Councillor Ross, over to you.
Thank you, CEO. Look, this would be an absolute honour and privilege if I got the opportunity to be Mayor. I don't take this role lightly. I was in the same position about 8 years ago after being on council for 10 years. We had a new CEO at the time, and that was a wonderful opportunity to actually journey with that person to help them get up to speed. Something that I would bring to the role. I see myself, if I got that opportunity, to be a captain, a coach, a mentor, and one of the team players that would lead by example. I believe in excellence and best practice as my goals that I set for myself. I believe in having high impact, putting innovation first. If you're not going to be moving forward, you're actually going behind with an organisation. And as a person, I see myself in that position. In the past, I've had many people who have put their faith in me and giving me leadership roles, which I absolutely was wrapped with. Some of those people, Ray Brown, a guy named Scott Sutherland, Tony Liberatore, Simon and Jodie Weir, some of my mentors, John Parker and Laurie Burley, who are both deceased, Justin Mamrella, two of my closest friends, my parents, my partner, and my faith. I've never won a best and fairest at any club that I've ever been at, but I've been honoured to be a captain. I've been honoured to be a coach and a president of those groups. So hopefully I was a really good example. I worked really hard to sort of do things in a strategic way to try and make myself up for what I don't have in talent. I try and put myself forward in the best way. Some of the KPIs I would put on myself to be mayor are things like I want to make number one, Cardinia Shire, a better place after this 1 year term. I want to see all councillors grow to have their aspirations. I would travel the journey to make sure they get on the plate by the end of the second year, because if you don't get them up there by the end of the second year, they're probably not going to happen in 4 years. I'd like to see every one of the councillors feel confident enough at the end of this year that they could put their hand up to be a mayor or a deputy mayor in future if they feel so, but at least I can travel that journey with them. I'd like to see the CEO feel like he's been here for 10 years and have the knowledge that I have in my mind passed on to him so that he has a real understanding of the whole place. I'd like to continue the unique culture that we have at Cardinia Shire, which I believe is nowhere else. We can talk to the staff, we can talk to the GMs, we have a real respect and trust amongst ourselves. And the other thing is, I always put these things in values. It's not our money, it's the residents' money. Every decision we make affects people. People come first and to lead by example. And I will always employ hope first, no matter what happens. Also I would dedicate this time the best I can, which I did last time, and then I'm just finishing.
You need to wrap it up.
10 seconds. And I would just like to wish everybody the best, whoever becomes mayor, that God blesses them in that opportunity, and the council. So good luck, everyone, and thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Ross. Councillor Potter.
Thank you very much, CEO. And I just want to thank Alana and Jack. You've been solid role models for the last year and beyond. Thank you so much. You've done an incredible job, and you've left an amazing foundation. We have a great team here. I would genuinely have a coffee with any of you on my day off. And I am proudly Office Award Councillor. It's in my heart and I'm committed and I take it seriously. Going for mayor is a way for me to serve our community more deeply, and it would be such an honour. I've been thinking, what kind of mayor does Cardinia need? I'm new, fresh thinking, collaborative, innovative, with an inclusive and intersectional perspective. I have a clear vision to unite Cardinia as one, where every ward is celebrated together. Cardinia residents have voted for change with 6 new councillors. And we've also voted for change in council with the appointment of our fantastic new CEO, James. Perhaps now is the time for a reset, something new. One of the reasons I ran for council was to represent for my daughter and all youth in Cardinia that it's possible for them to be here too. I would be proud to be one of the few female mayors Cardinia Council has ever had, should I be elected. Some may say I'm not ready for it with only 1 year served, but my dad used to say you don't need to be the most experienced in the room to be an effective leader. You need to surround yourself with an experienced team and then spend the time to learn how to get the best out of that team as their leader. And our team are brilliant. I've been in leadership roles professionally for many years with lots of crossover skills at multi-service organisations, locally representing and at state level nationally, with years of experience and learnings in managing large and small teams, strategic policy development and advocacy, getting into the minds and hearts of high-level change makers. I've also studied. I'm a Cardinia Leadership Program alumni, Women Leading Locally graduate, and this year's mentor for me has been Ruth McGowan. I've completed higher education in health, arts, business, economics, and community and cultural development, so I bring a broad and diverse understanding to this role. What's important about that is that I'm here for community. I'd be committed to support our councillors and go to as many community events in all of our wards as possible. I want to be there with all of you as much as I can. I'd work closely with our Deputy Mayor, CEO and staff to deliver on council plan with strong financial stewardship and a commitment to best practice governance. I'd collaborate with my fellow councillors to inspire innovative thinking, strengthen community connections, and proudly champion Cardinia's good reputation, building on our solid foundations to create prosperity, opportunity for all of our residents now and into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Potter. Councillor Owen.
Thank you, CEO. Good evening, everyone. I'm honoured to be able to nominate for the position of Mayor this evening. If given this opportunity and if elected, I will take 12 months leave from my position with Victoria Police to fully dedicate myself to the role. We have an energetic group of councillors with a diverse range of experience. Over the last 12 months, we have worked together to adopt our council plan and set the groundwork for the remainder of our council term. I'm excited by what lies ahead and grateful that I have the opportunity to work with such a dedicated group. I want to ensure that this continued collaboration is at the forefront of our work, and I'm eager to support each councillor to assist them with their goals and aspirations. Cardinia has an extremely diverse community with varying priorities, especially between the growth and rural communities. The ward I represent sits across both rural and growth areas, so I see and hear these differing issues and opinions, giving me an understanding of the challenges faced by both. I'm fortunate that during my 20 years serving at Cardinia Shire, I've had the opportunity to be Mayor, and I'm aware of the huge responsibilities that also come with the great privilege of this role. I've also been fortunate to work with many other mayors and deputy mayors, and I've learnt from them. The role of mayor can be incredibly rewarding, but can also bring with it a range of challenges where sometimes prior experience can be incredibly valuable. Over the past 20 years, I've built strong connections, relationships, and embedded myself in the community. I've been through 6 consecutive election campaigns, and I thank residents for their vote of confidence in me. We have a challenging 12 months ahead regarding the financial sustainability of council, and there will be difficult decisions to be made. I want to support councillors, staff and our community to ensure that even under difficult fiscal situations, we can navigate priorities and potential changes effectively. I've also been a councillor through many state and federal elections, and these can be difficult times to navigate. It is important to ensure our political neutrality during this period. I'm not aligned to any political party. Having previously run as an independent candidate, I've worked closely with all parties and have built strong relationships that can be beneficial to Cardinia Shire. Most importantly, I'm excited to share my experience on council with my councillor colleagues and would appreciate the shared learnings that would come from an opportunity to provide mentorship to a new Deputy Mayor. I have what it takes to lead a unified, collaborative, committed team through an exciting year, facing challenges together for the betterment of our community and supporting the onboarding of our new CEO. Thank you for your time in considering my nomination. I seek your support.
Thank you, Councillor Owen. We'll now put the nominations to vote in the order of nomination. So all those in favour of Councillor Ross to be elected as Mayor? I have 1, 2, 3. All those in favour of Councillor Potter to be elected Mayor? I have 1. All those, sorry, and 2. I have 2. All those in favour of Councillor Owen to be elected as Mayor? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So Councillor Potter is a defeated candidate. So we will now put forward nominations in order of nomination, in the order which the nominations were received. So all those in favour of Councillor Ross to be elected as Mayor? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And all those in favour of Councillor Owen to be elected as Mayor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Councillor Owen, you are declared the duly elected Mayor of Cardinia. So, Councillor Owen, I invite you to accompany me to put on the mayoral robes and chain, after which you may now assume the position of chair, address the meeting and continue with proceedings.
Thank you, councillors. I'm humbled by the trust that my councillor colleagues have shown in me tonight. Thank you. To Councillor Ross and Councillor Potter, thank you for nominating, putting your name forward for councillors' consideration. I do acknowledge the outgoing Mayor, Councillor Jack Kwasik. 2 years as Mayor, 1 year as Deputy. Farewelling our previous CEO, recruiting a new CEO, and the adoption of our key strategic documents. You led all that, so thank you, Councillor Kwasik. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Amazing job. In your first year on council, you helped guide councillors through those strategic documents, those massive work, so thank you so much. I just want to thank my family. They might come later on. I do thank them for the sacrifices they give up and for me to operate and be a councillor. So thank you for my wife and my children. Thank you so much. This is a great honour for me to again have the opportunity to be Cardinia's Mayor. Cardinia Shire is where I've lived my whole life. And it's also a shire that I've decided to raise my family in. I'll be diligent in ensuring all voices around the council table are heard and supported. We have an energetic group of councillors with a diverse range of experience. I will continue to have positive and effective relationships with all councillors and respectful working relationships with our senior leadership team, officers and our staff, as we work to manage the demands of our growing community with a need for fiscal financial management. I am so looking forward to working with my fellow councillors, the organisation and our community to support positive change. So thank you. Moving on to the next item is the election of Deputy Mayor. Can I call upon any nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor, please? Thank you, Councillor Ross. Councillor Ross is nominating Councillor Potter.
Thank you. Yes, I accept the nomination.
Thank you. Can I have a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Kwasik. Are there any further nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor? Thank you. Councillor Pomeroy has nominated Councillor Ross. Do you accept that nomination?
I do, thank you, Mayor.
Thanks, Councillor Ross. Are there any further nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor? Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thanks, Councillor Kwasi. You're seconding Councillor Ross's nomination. Thank you. Thank you. Are there any further nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor? Thanks. Councillor Nicol.
Yes, I'd nominate Councillor Liz Roberts.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Nicol. Councillor Roberts have been nominated. Do you accept that nomination?
I accept the nomination, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Roberts. Can I have a seconder? Okay. Thank you, Councillor Payton. Are there any further nominations for Deputy Mayor? So we've got 3 candidates. Councillor Potter, Councillor Ross, and Councillor Roberts. Okay. In order of nomination, all those in favour of Councillor Potter for Deputy Mayor. Sorry, Councillor.
Sorry, Mayor, through you, I just wanted to check a point of clarification. Do people speak to the nominations for Deputy
That's
Mayor?
correct. Thank you. I should be reading my notes, not just by going by the fly of my pants. So thank you, Councillor Kwasi. Thank you for your advice. So in order of nomination, I will go to Councillor Potter to speak to her nomination.
Thank you, ma'am. I would be so deeply honoured to be Deputy Mayor and to learn more and soak in like a sponge everything that there is to learn about council. I am so passionate, and it is something that I couldn't think would be better. I would give my all to the position, and I would be as supportive as I possibly could be to all my fellow councillors, and I would be as supportive as possible to all the staff and the CEO and, of course, to our Mayor. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Potter. Moving on to our second nominee, Councillor Ross.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a unique position, this position. Brett was my Deputy Mayor when I was Mayor, so it would be the reverse in this case. Hopefully he'll give me more to do than what I gave him. I think I only gave him 2 things to do over the whole time, and the things actually I wanted to go to, but I had something else on. Look, what I could add to this role would be a whole lot of experience. I've worked with Brett before, so we know each other pretty well. We've sat next to each other for at least 17 years or 18 years. I'd like to think I'm a real innovator in the way of best practice. I'd like to see us on all the things that I continued there. I'm happy to fill whatever role the team has me in. That's how I've always been in teams, whether I sit on the bench, whether I'm on the ground, or whether I'm a captain. So whatever they choose for me to be, I'll do the best I possibly can. So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Councillor Ross. Moving on to our third nominee, Councillor Roberts. Councillor Roberts to speak.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. I have lived in Cardinia Shire now for 20 years. It just ticked over a couple of weeks back. And I moved to Cardinia to work for Cardinia. I was recruited from the other side of the country, specifically to come and work for this Shire. And I've been working for this Shire ever since, whether it's been in my council roles in communications and social media, or whether it's been as a journalist at the local paper, or out and about as a community member in my role as president of the Toy Library previously, my work with my church. I really feel that I'm in a position to support the Mayor, and that I'm willing to be a sounding board and a person that the whole team can come to as well, and that I can help lead us as we work on our recently passed council plan. So I thank David for the nomination, and I'll thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. In the order of nomination, we'll go to the vote. All those in favour of Councillor Potter to be elected as Deputy Mayor, please indicate by show of hands. All those in favour of Councillor Ross to be elected as Deputy Mayor, please indicate by show of hands. All those in favour of Councillor Roberts to be elected as Deputy Mayor, please indicate by show of hands. Okay. So I declare Councillor Ross to be the defeated candidate. So we'll be going to a new election in the order of nomination. So we're revoting councillors. All those in favour of Councillor Potter to be elected as Deputy Mayor, please indicate by show of hands, please. Okay. All those in favour of Councillor Roberts for Deputy Mayor, please indicate by show of hands. I duly declare Councillor Roberts as Deputy Mayor. Congratulations, Councillor Roberts. Councillor Roberts, would you like a moment to say some words?
I feel I do have to. Thank you for this honour. I actually I had been contemplating this all week, and I've had a lot going on in my personal life this week, and I really didn't feel that I could put my hand up myself. And I'm really grateful for David for putting his hand up and for listening to me in a conversation we had a week ago, where he obviously realised that I had something to give. And then when you put in that position, of course, you have to raise your hand for yourself against really high calibre candidate, particularly Councillor Potter, who I know is really was really wanting to give it a go. So this is a real shock to me. That might be my family realising I've been elected, and I'm in trouble. I look forward to serving Cardinia the best I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roberts. I look forward to you helping me in my role. So thank you. Moving to item 5.4, the meeting schedule 2026. So I request the councillor to move and second, but the officer's recommendation is that officers adopt the following council meeting timetable for 2026, with all meetings to commence at 6 p.m, held in the council chamber, Civic Centre, Siding Avenue, Officer, unless notified. And the dates are listed. And 2, disbands Town Planning Committee and revokes the instrument of delegation attachment 1 to take effect from the 31st of December 2025. Okay. Have I got a councillor moving the recommendation? Thanks, Councillor Ross.
I move the officer's recommendation. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Ross. Can I have a seconder? Thanks, Councillor Thompson. Mover to speak. Thanks, Councillor Ross.
Thank you, Mayor. Look, this has been a decision on council where we had a look at the time it was taking for our general meetings to go, and we would finish up some nights after 10:30 at night. It was really getting long, and for councillors to make decisions while it was getting late, it becomes more challenging. And then we had town planning meetings whereby there was sometimes one item, and some nights there were no items, and we had to delay them. So it was brought to our attention that many councils actually have the two of them together. And then realising that we were going to put them together, we thought, well, if we really want to finish up having our meetings not go quite as long, we need to probably pull it back in line, back to 6 o'clock. So that was the option that got forward to councillors. We all discussed the matter, and we came to consensus that we thought that might be the best way to move forward. we actually have to put this out 12 months before. So therefore, that's why it's come out now. You can't actually do it bit by bit as you go. So that's what we've put forward. I'm voting for the recommendation. So I hope my fellow councillors do too. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Ross. Moving to the seconder, Councillor Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Councillor Ross. Not too much further to add. Probably just that it has been a conversation around the last few meetings that obviously they do get late. So we feel the 6 o'clock time is a nice compromise that we still look after the community and the general public, that they can still attend public meetings and we can make that as open as possible to our community. But in the event that it does run a little bit late, that we're not running into that 10:30, 11 o'clock time frame, as well as the town planning meetings. The state government does seem to be slowly taking away powers and planning decisions away from councils, and as highlighted by Councillor Ross, we are seeing fewer and fewer town planning matters come before council. So I will be in support of this recommendation as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Thompson. Any further speakers to this item? There being none, I'll ask the mover, Councillor Ross, if he wishes to sum up, please.
I will slightly, Mayor. It was highlighted earlier at our briefing, Councillor Owen actually mentioned it, that when he first started on council, going back, I think 20 years ago or 23 years ago, that they actually used to have their meetings starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which at the time was pretty inappropriate because a lot of people in the community were still working at the time and they couldn't get to the meetings. So way back then it was changed to 7 o'clock. So we feel this is a good compromise when most people could still come to a meeting at 6 o'clock. It won't go hopefully till 11 o'clock at night like it has been, or 10:30. It will finish a little bit earlier and it will save a bit of time for our staff having to turn up to 2 meetings for the month later. When they really don't need to, they can just turn up to 1. Anyway, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Ross. So councillors will put the motion to a vote. All those in favour, please indicate by show of hands. Thank you. Any against? That's carried. Thank you, councillors. Thank you to the members of the gallery for turning up tonight. I will now close the meeting. So that concludes tonight's meeting. Thank you for your attendance. The next council meeting will be held on the 15th of December. Yep. So our next town planning meeting will be the 1st of December at 7 o'clock, and the next general council meeting will be held on the 15th of December at 7 p.m. in the council chambers. I now declare the meeting closed. Thanks, everyone.